Brazil, five-time World Cup winners, the most famous football nation on earth. Neymar nowhere to be seen, and Morocco just walked into MetLife Stadium in New Jersey and made them look ordinary. 1-1. That is your final score. But if you think this was a fair result for Brazil, you were not watching the same match as me. Let me take you through everything that happened. Every goal, every controversy, every moment that exposed this Brazil squad. And I am going to give you my completely honest verdict on whether Carlo Ancelotti has any idea what he is doing. Let us start with the elephant in the room. Neymar did not play. Brazil's all-time record scorer, their biggest name, their most creative player, out injured before the tournament even started. And the moment you looked at Brazil's starting lineup tonight, you could feel the problem immediately. This was supposed to be a Brazil team built around Neymar's return. The whole reason they brought him back was for this moment, and he was not even on the pitch. Ancelotti had to trust Vinicius Junior, Rafinha, and Igor Thiago to carry this team on the biggest stage in football against a Morocco side that reached the World Cup semifinals in 2022. That won the Africa Cup of Nations. And that had absolutely nothing to fear from Brazil tonight. And Morocco showed that immediately. 21st minute. Brahim Diaz picked up the ball in midfield and threaded a perfect pass between Gabriel and Marquinhos, two of the supposed best center backs in world football, to find Ismael Saibari completely free. Saibari looked up, saw Alisson off his line, and chipped the ball perfectly over the Liverpool goalkeeper. 1-0 Morocco. And I want you to understand something about that goal. Brahim Diaz threaded a ball between Gabriel and Marquinhos, two world-class defenders. And they were so far apart, so badly positioned, that a pass went straight through the middle of them without either one touching it. That is not bad luck. That is an organizational disaster. Brazil's defense tonight was nowhere near good enough for a World Cup. Shocked, flat, panicked. The crowd at MetLife Stadium fell completely quiet because Brazil looked lost. But then, in the 32nd minute, Vinicius Junior remembered who he was. Bruno Guimaraes found him on the left wing with a perfect pass. Vinicius controlled the ball, cut inside, beat his defender, and curled a right-footed strike into the top corner. 1-1. And that goal was absolutely stunning. One of the best individual goals of this entire World Cup so far. The kind of goal that only truly special players can score. Vinicius Junior reminded the entire world tonight why he is one of the best players on the planet. But here is where my honest criticism of Brazil starts in the second half. Because after that equalizer, Brazil had every chance to win this match. They had more possession, more pressure, more quality on the ball dot, and they could not score a second goal. Rafinha had a threatening chance. Blocked. Late pressure built. Morocco held firm. And then, in the dying minutes, Moroccan goalkeeper Yassine Bounou made a double save to deny Brazil a winner. That double save was world-class, and it kept Morocco in this match when Brazil were threatening to take all 3 points. Now let me talk about the biggest tactical disaster of tonight, and it happened before halftime. Casemiro received a yellow card in the 37th minute. Roger Ibanez received a yellow card in the 43rd minute. 2 yellow cards in the first half. Both players had to be substituted at halftime by Ancelotti. And here's the thing that genuinely concerns me about this Brazil team. Casemiro is their most important defensive midfielder, the player who protects the defense, who breaks up play, who organizes the team. And he was so reckless in the first half that he got himself booked and taken off in the opening match of a World Cup. That is not acceptable at this level. And it tells you something worrying about Brazil's discipline and concentration tonight. So let me give you my honest team-by-team breakdown. Morocco tonight were outstanding. They came here with a clear plan. Press high, move the ball fast, use Hakimi and Brahim Diaz down the right side, and they executed it brilliantly. Saibari's goal was a masterclass in composure and finishing. Bounou's double save at the end was world-class goalkeeping. Morocco do not fear anyone at this tournament. And after tonight, neither should we fear them either. This team is a genuine threat to go deep in this World Cup. Brazil, on the other hand, concern me deeply. Without Neymar, they looked disorganized defensively. Their center backs were exposed constantly by Morocco's movement. 2 key players picked up yellow cards in the first half through sheer recklessness, and despite all their attacking quality, they could not find a winner. This is Carlo Ancelotti's first ever World Cup match as a manager, and tonight he learned a very harsh lesson. International football is completely different from club football. You cannot control everything. Players get tired faster. Discipline breaks down, and when Casemiro and Ibanez both got booked in the same half, Ancelotti had no answers. But here's the question I genuinely cannot answer right now. And I want you to tell me what you think in the comments. Is this Brazil team capable of winning the 2026 World Cup without Neymar playing? Because tonight they drew 1-1 with Morocco, a very good team, but not the best team in this tournament. If Brazil cannot beat Morocco, can they beat France? England? Spain? The yellow shirts looked nervous tonight. They looked uncertain. They looked like a team that is missing their most important player and has not yet figured out how to replace him. Neymar is supposed to come back later in the tournament. But if Brazil drop points now, he might come back when it is already too late. So tell me honestly in the comments. Can Brazil win this World Cup without Neymar? Or is this tournament already slipping away from them? Subscribe right now, because I am breaking down every single match of this World Cup, just like I did with the USA and Paraguay match. Hit the video on the left to watch that one. This tournament is only getting bigger, and Brazil's story is only just beginning.